Recebam os treinadores, representing Australia, representando a Austrália, representing the United States, representando os Estados Unidos, WWR. The referees for please remain in a respectful position for the national anthems of Australia and United States. Por favor, permaneçam em posição de respeito para a execução dos hinos nacionais da Austrália e dos Estados Unidos.
There you have it, the national anthems of Australia and the United States. Welcome to São Paulo, Brazil for the World Wheelchair Rugby World Championships of 2026. This tournament happens every 4 years, alternating in between the Paralympics. So 2 years it would be Paralympics, World Championships 2 years later, et cetera, et cetera. These teams have a huge history. My name is Dave Mengen. I'm joined here by Louis Pena. We're here to talk you through the game. Louis?
Good morning, Dave. Good morning or good evening if you're in Australia.
Yes, definitely a far distance to travel to play rugby. This is officially game 26 out of our out of 46. I think it's 40. And these teams have played in some epic matches. They have both been in contention for medals. United States has won a medal in every World Championship. Australia is the defending World Champions with their gold medal. When these teams get together, it's always exciting. Back in Brazil in the Paralympics, we just were talking about the 2 overtime thriller that was won by by Australia. We're here in Brazil, and as you see the ball being delivered, we're here at a Paralympic Training Center for all Paralympic sports. So they have athletes from other sports coming in, delivering the game ball in every game, which has been really exciting.
Yeah.
For
Here
them,
the
I'm sure.
Brazilian Paralympic Committee offers programs for kids with disability and for adults with disability coming from rehabilitation center. So they do more than 10 sports here daily, and it's good for them to be involved in such great event like this.
No surprises in the starting lineup. We start the sport with a jump ball, but obviously we can't jump, so it's just a tip. But at the same line you would do with basketball. Starting line for Australia is number 3, Riley Batt. Number 10, their captain, Chris Bond. Number 11, Bo Vernon. And number 5, James McQuillan. For the United States, it's Alejandro Pabon, number 23. Lee Fredette, number 11. Sarah Adam, number 8. And Chuck Aoki, the captain, number 5. I believe this is Chuck's 5th World Championships. I don't remember if he's played in 4 or this is his 4th. Batt gets around the corner, scores the first try for Australia. Took 30 seconds. You only have 40 seconds to do it. So the defense of USA doing their best to stop them. So now Americans on the attack. Aoki slips through the middle quickly and ties it right up. Bond wants it there. He's got Adam and Fredette on him. And now Batt is stuck at the line. Throws it ahead to Bond. He didn't see it coming, but he's able to get there. Pabon meets him. And now USA will drop back in the key, which is that green area. Only 3 defenders are allowed in that space at any one time. And as an offensive player, you can only be in there for 8 seconds before you have to come back out. Shot clock grinding down. Pabon stops Batt. Ball over the top. Turnover as number 5, McQuillan, leaves the court. Cannot cross the try line without the ball, no matter what team you're on. It's not like football where you can catch it in the end zone.
There's no end zone at all.
Right? Everything beyond that line is so that people don't crash into the wall when they come flying over it. The line. Passed ahead to Pabon. He throws it to Adam, who gets the try. And now U.S. takes the lead after that turnover by Australia.
Here we can see battle between the two undefeated games in this pool, undefeated teams in this pool. So, and 2 different styles of lineup setups, as Australia plays his high-low, while United States brings their balanced lineup. Although Australia can put sometimes a balanced lineup too.
We can talk a little bit about the classification system and how that all works. To start, you're allowed to have 8 points on the floor at any one time. And as you can see on the back of every chair, there is a number designation between 0.5 and 3.5. And that's based on someone's physical abilities. And you'll see that each player has their number. It can't add up to more than 8, with the exception of there is an adjustment that they make for female players. And if you are between 0.5 and 1.5, you get an extra half point of function on the court. And if you have a female player that's a 2 to a 3.5, you get an extra whole point of function on the court. So right now, Australia run an 8-point line, and the U.S., because Sarah Adam is a 2.5, they get to run 9 points.
points go from 0.5 to 3.5, and the higher the points, the higher the function.
Over the top to Pabon. Adam and Aoki were trying to get Bond across the line there, and they weren't able to. But they got the try. So the classification system allows us to balance the line so nobody has too much function out there. And it also ensures that we get people with all sorts of different abilities out there. It makes sure there's opportunity for everybody. Bond takes the high pass from Vernon. Riley Batt was a 3.5 his entire career. He's been to 6 World Championships, and they just classed him down from a 3.5 to a 3 due to some shoulder issues he had, surgery he had. Apparently he's lost some function in that shoulder, the taped up one.
He took a long break after Paris Paralympic Games, so let's see him back.
He wasn't supposed to be at the qualifier in Bangkok I guess that was last winter. But he had to play. A player got sick. He did fine. He didn't play as many minutes as he normally would. Oh, he popped it out there from Sarah Adam, but Aoki was there to collect it. Gives it right back to her as she gets the try for the United States. 6-4 our score. You'll quickly see you're going to score more often than not in this sport. And it's those turnovers and the things that you do while the ball is not on the court between the whistles that will make the difference here. Bond gets the try for the Australians and makes it 6-5. Australia set back in the key. Pabon gets to the corner and Aoki gets through the middle. Fredette kept the corner from getting to him. Bond gets away, bats with him. This one will be an easy one for the Australians. A couple of exciting games earlier this morning. We watched France and Japan, a very close game right up until the end. And then Canada and the Netherlands.
Yes. Canada ended up taking that one by two tries, 44-42.
You can watch those. They're on YouTube, and they're also on Peacock. Oh, no, I take that back. They're not on Peacock. Only the USA games are on Peacock until we get to, I think it's the semifinals.
On Saturday.
Bond passes it to Batt. Both are stuck down low. Aoki's got his hand in there. Are they going to call a jump or a foul? It's a foul. When that ball is in your lap or in the cylinder that it would make going up and down, you are protected. So you can move that ball around with your arms on it. And any contact that's created is a foul on the defense. But if you let your hand off the ball to clear out a defender, then you're creating that contact, and that's a penalty on the offensive player.
When you commit a penalty, usually the sanction is to serve at 30 seconds time in the penalty box.
Or a turnover if your team is in possession.
Yeah.
Batt has an easy one here. U.S. shorthanded. Ella Sabliak, number 1 in for Australia. Chris Fleece, 33. Corey Puderbaugh. And Travis Baker, number 1 in for the United States.
You see a lot of subs this game. They can sub like basketball. So now the lineup setup, they are inverted. Now Australia has 3 ball handlers as the United States playing high-low lineup.
Both teams have a lot of depth. Not all the teams here can say that. We have 12 teams from 12 countries. battling for 1 gold medal. Emily Miller battling there with Chris Fleece. Puderbaugh puts the try on the board for the United States. Sabliak's pass intercepted by Aoki, hit at the line. He's able to stay in bounds. And
turnover.
Did she say he went out of bounds?
Leaving the court.
Yeah. Technically, it's not leaving the court unless it's that baseline, right? But if he was out of bounds, it's certainly a turnover. Sabliak gets it into Bond, who gives it to Bat. Bond and Bat working up together against Puderbaugh. 2-on-1, they should have no trouble. Little love tap for Puderbaugh and a try for Bat. Puderbaugh looking for Aoki. He will run the offense, as always. Gets it into the corner to Baker, but Puderbaugh was across the line. Is that a turnover? I saw it on the camera. Yeah, he was across the line. You cannot cross that try line without the ball. He got hit from behind. Smart play by the Australian player. And now USA switching up.
When you play defense, you have a lot of extra defenders, like the lines, they play for defense, the clock, you play for defense, so you can have more chances to steal the ball or create a turnover.
Mason Simons, 55, in for the United States. Sarah Adam back in. And Josh O'Neill rounding out that line. Ball intercepted. It's Mason Simons coming up court.
I'm sure Bond thought it was Bat. Right beside him, he didn't see it was Simons.
Simons has a very long reach. Aoki tried to put Sabliak over the line. He doesn't see O'Neill. O'Neill was there by himself. He hits Simons, and we've got 8 seconds in the key. Another turnover.
When you are inside the key, offensive players, you cannot allow to stay more than 8 seconds. So you need to go in with your chair. Total chair out. Yes, it was.
Look at that one-hander.
But you need to go out completely and go back and getting out and back.
Bat trapped. Turned the wrong way. It's going to have to pass backward. Sarah Adam gets it after Aoki knocks it down. But USA have the chance to get it back here and go up by 2. Aoki stuck, but he's got Simons if he can throw it to him. Adam picks up the deflected pass. It's about being in the right place at the right time. Bat hurls it up. Bond there for him. You'll see a lot of plays like that today. Uncharacteristically, a lot of turnovers in this one early, but both teams defensively are feeling really good about what they're doing.
Yes, both teams can pressure the ball a lot.
And I find that if your defense is successful, it kind of inspires your offense. If you're creating turnovers, you're going to have more confidence in your offense if it's not been going well.
Yeah, you start build some momentum for your team.
Whereas trading tries back and forth and having your offense be successful, but not your defense, can kind of be grating. Grind you down a little bit, like I'm doing everything I can on offense, but I can't seem to create a turnover. Bat advances down court. Pounds his way right through. Twelve, 11. Simons was going to send that one. Adam patiently working her way up. Waits for somebody up top. And now U.S. slowing things down. 30 seconds left. They want to score the last one. Because Australia gets the ball back If Australia were to score the last one, it'd give them an opportunity to go up. Aoki has to get it out of his lap. 14 seconds, they'll start attacking. Adam O'Neill there, hit by Bond. Salviak at the line, didn't cross it, but Adam did with the ball. And with 2.4 seconds left, Australia will call timeout.
Yeah, in a tie game like that, it's important to manage the clock well and the arrow too, the possession arrow too. So if Australia scores, they can score again the second quarter, so they can score 2 tries in a row.
So for them, this is big. If they can score this one, they can start off the next quarter tied up. So that you can take a timeout inside a final minute of a quarter, and it will allow you to advance the ball across half court. So you don't have to worry about the 12 seconds to cross, and you're much closer, so you can score in a short amount of time like this. A lot of times teams will throw the ball from the sideline right to someone inside the key area who will score quickly. Or in this case, now with 2.4 seconds, you can throw it in and make a pass and hit somebody who's moving quickly. But it's with only 2 seconds left, that makes it a lot harder. We'll see what strategy Australia goes with here in a second. So Blackwood can make that throw. He hits Bat at the line, but he can't get the pass and hang onto his chair. 1.4 seconds expires while the ball bounces off his lap. And the U.S. will take advantage of that, and they'll call timeout, and they will now attack the key in the same way.
Yeah, both teams have 3 timeouts on each half. So they can use 3 in first and second quarter. Then you'll get another new 3 to use on third and fourth quarter.
The other thing to remember here about our timeouts is you cannot use them to save yourself from trouble while there's a play going on. It has to be, the ball has to be dead, out of bounds, not a running play. So if you get yourself in a trouble situation, you can't call timeout to get out of it, which is like most major sports. We used to allow you to use timeouts on the floor, but you also had 4 of those.
Although, if you have a dead ball under than 50 seconds on the shot clock, it returns to 15 seconds, so you can kind of try to save your offense on that play.
So only 1.4 left on the clock. Simons was going to try and attack. And now Bat is coming in to try and hit Aoki. Simons catches it and scores the try. No? Great pass by Sarah Adam. Bat went in to try and knock Aoki across the line, and you can see he is not happy with himself for letting that go. He thought he had Aoki lined up. And so USA scores an extra one there. So we'll take a 3-minute break between quarters here, and we'll be back with more action on court 2.
A Caixa, toda hora é hora para comprar ou reformar a sua casa.
Para mim é hora de combinar, com as taxas mais competitivas do mercado.
Pra gente, é hora certa para ter mais um quartinho.
É hora de reformar, pra ele ganhar mais espaço.
Hora de me mudar para um canto só meu. Com até 35 anos para pagar.
Conte com a Caixa para comprar, reformar ou ampliar sua casa. Acesse caixa.gov.br/habitação e faça uma simulação. Na Caixa, a casa é sua.
Yeah! Amigos imparáveis!
Ah, essas pestes imparáveis não têm mais nada para fazer?
Lanche de torta de chantilly!
Mais o quê?
Ufa, ter a maior piscina do mundo só pra mim. Espera, que isso? Não!
Agora ninguém mais vai roubar a água da cidade.
Quem vai me desafiar?
Os Paramigos!
Tava demorando.
Parece que seu plano virou um croissant mal alçado.
Para amigos imparáveis.
Beyond the game is real emotion. We help to nurture that spark. From grassroots to global stages, we support those shaping the game to keep sport a part of life. Feel the emotion.
All right, teams getting ready here to start the second quarter of this match between the United States and Australia. 4 8-minute quarters in rugby. Adam ready to inbound from the sideline because Australia won the first possession. We were wrong when we were talking about that in the other quarter.
Yes.
So this is huge for the United States. Up by 3, they can make it up by 4 right away.
I was sure.
That opens the corner. Blackwood gets around him. Pabon is open, and Aoki sees him. The first try scored by the United States.
I was sure that U.S. got the first possession the first quarter. But
maybe they scored first. I don't know. Maybe they scored first, but they didn't have the first possession. I don't remember that far. It's been so long. Australia, a very recognized team. They have won 5 Paralympic medals in 8 Paralympics. They have won 5 World Championship medals in 8 World Championships. The United States, on the other hand, is the only team in the world that has won a medal in every World Championship and every Paralympics. 8 Paralympics, 8 World Championships. They're trying to keep that streak alive here in São Paulo.
Yeah, I want to take the chat so they help us to correct the characters. It was in Portuguese. It was not USA, it was EUA, which is Portuguese. Now they are good. So I want to say hi to friends all over the world, not just USA and Australia, but Portugal and Tokyo as well. The World Championship, worldwide fans.
So we have Andrew Edmondson inbounding to bat. Emily Miller still in there with him. Cooper Blackwood, number 25, rounds out this line. Chuck Aoki on the floor. We were watching the replay, so we didn't get to see that. We're watching the same feed you are. We're not actually on the court. We're a little further away. There wasn't room for a press crew, but that's totally okay. We can actually hear it over the wall. And we'll just describe to you what you see. Blackwood and Miller having a conversation.
Last game was loud. We had a lot of Japanese kids watching Japan beat France.
There must be a Japanese school nearby. There were a lot of very small children waving Japanese flags. It was really adorable. And I'm sure the Japanese team fed off all of the fans here, halfway across the world from where they are home. U.S. with a 4-try lead and the ball. Aoki goes to Adam. So Aoki being on the floor was the result of a penalty by Edmondson. That's why he was in the penalty box. Likely a spin. Although sometimes with Aoki, you can be in there with the ball and tip him over backward. Buck gets his hand in there on Blackwood, can't get the ball out. Corner's open behind Blackwood. Bat. He's at 17-13. Over the top, Pabon all by himself. And Alex transitions to defense. Being held back by the Australian players. Aoki swiping yet again. Bat's looking for a foul. He's looking at the referee, asking, where is it? Come on, he's hitting me. Of course, we're not in there to tell if that's actually true, and if the referee doesn't see it, it's not a foul. I think that's true in any sport. Blackwood catches it, gets across the line, one-hander. Bat yelled up. Wanted him to get up there and get that thing. Aoki gets it across without going over and back. Pabon gets across the line. Edmondson smart not to hit him there. That's a foul. Hitting somebody at the goal line when you have no chance of stopping him. Aoki got through the pick. Gets his hand in there, and this time Bat will get that foul he's been asking for. Referee says, calm down, I got your back. Thank you.
It's intense.
In Australian. So Aoki will go to the box, and Australia will make some substitutions here. Blackwood comes off. Faye Graham, number 12, with her first minutes of this game.
And they got to use their death. So both has still games to play this afternoon. Australia takes Netherlands, while US plays Brazil, the last match of the day, of today.
But this will be the decider for these teams. Because even if they lose the other game, the head-to-head is going to matter.
Yes, yes.
So Aoki out of the box now. Timeout called. Coach Delagrave, also World Championship Paralympic experience as a player, as is his assistant, Eric Newby. Talking out their strategy for what comes next. They have a 4-try lead. Just 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Lots of rugby left to play. They've been in this position before and had Australia come back. More than once. So again, it's Bat, Bond, Miller, and Graham for Australia. Emily Miller, number 2, setting up to help Riley Bat. So USA on the attack. Aoki says, I want you all over there. He likes to attack 3-on-1. Middle is there for him. Now he's stuck on the chair of Graham. Doesn't want to try and hop off. He doesn't want to break that caster off. If his chair breaks, he's in trouble. Won't be able to come back out. I think he's just up on her picker.
Yes.
Yeah, and they got him off. Bond up to Bat. Simons tries to reach in there. He's able to hold on to the chair just a little bit. Bat has to pass to Bond. Great pass. There wasn't much else he could do with that ball that wouldn't have gotten knocked down by Simons or intercepted by the defender on the other side. Andy Marciano, number 7 in for the U.S. there. You see trying to set a pick. That pass intended for Puderbaugh. Doesn't get there. Bond able to knock it away. And you saw Bond kind of used his hips to check the other chair out of the way because he doesn't want somebody reaching in as he crosses the line.
He wants to remove the defender's timing.
The threat of their ability to reach in there.
Yeah.
Right? He just made that little tap, and you saw Puderbaugh go flying the other direction. So now they'll attack 2-2. Aoki through the middle. Bat gets away. 2-on-1. Bat will win this race. Riley Bat, one of the fastest players in the world. Certainly one of the most decorated players. Simons will push up court. He wanted to go back to Puderbaugh, but Bond wouldn't leave him alone. Great pass to Aoki, a little bit behind him, but Chuck can take that and pull it down. Up ahead, Bond again by himself. I'm surprised the U.S. doesn't have their two fastest players on Australia's two fastest players. Simons is not as fast as Bond. Does have a great long reach. Aoki can get it out far enough. Picked up by Bond, tapped there by Emily Miller. Put him into position. And now Australia gets a foul. Probably Simons going to the penalty box. He likes to reach in there and try and make it pop out. So he will spend 30 seconds in there. Oh, yeah, he got the arm of Bat. You saw him pull it right off the ball. Replay is great. Graham gets it in, and now she is just waiting to try and make sure Simons can't get out of the penalty box. When his time comes, Bond will score with the man advantage on the power play. Australia now within 2. Bond, the captain of Australia, giving some direction to his teammates. Puderbaugh up to Simons. The pass to Aoki. Wow. That's confidence to be able to throw that pass the way he threw it.
Yes.
And hit your guy.
You know where your teammates are.
Some of that's just practicing together and knowing each other really well.
Yes.
Bat gets around the corner. It's a penalty try. As Puderbaugh crossed first.
When you have those 3 ball handlers, it's normal that you have someone deep, so you can throw the ball a long pass.
It's interesting that Bat is just leaving Simons alone. Maybe that's why they want him to have to pass it. And Australia with another turnover makes it 23-22. That pass by Simons, a little bit lackadaisical. He will probably go to the sideline. Looks like they're going back out with their starting line. I see Fredette and Adam on the court. This is definitely their best line. It's also a 9-point line.
Yes, yes.
Gives them an extra point of function is a huge amount. When you're only talking 8.
Yeah, they won last American Championship here in Brazil, playing with the starting lineup, so it's a good lineup.
Yes, they were here just a year ago to earn their spot here. Brazil came in second.
Yes.
Canada came in third.
Yeah. They beat Colombia in overtime.
So exciting.
Yes.
Both the only games that were close last year were the games Colombia and Australia were super exciting and worth the trip down here to call to those games. Adam in the right place, spread in the court, and Aoki has such great court vision. Plus, you know, all we talk about how they train and practice. You know what your players are expected to do. You know what their instincts and habits are. Bond beats Aoki. Gets the try for Australia. 24-23, 2:21 left in the first half. Adam wants to get it back to her captain. Burdett tries to open the corner, can't, but Aoki draws all the attention, and Adam gets the glory that time. Vernon, number 4, inbounding for Bat. Bond saw it coming in and just went deep. There's no offsides in rugby.
You can stay close to the goal line, the try line, just score.
Sometimes you'll see somebody sitting just by that cone. If nobody marks them, ball's coming.
Yeah.
The USA still with a 1-try lead. Minute 47. Now they're thinking about the clock. They want to make sure they score the last try, because Australia will have the ball coming out in the third. Aoki protecting it so that it doesn't turn into a jump. That would give Australia the ball. Pabon can't bring it in. And that's a turnover in favor of Australia, so they're getting their opportunity to tie it up. You know, it makes you wonder if working the clock like that is something that should be done, because then it puts you in a position where you have to score in a small amount of time, and you don't have the opportunity to come back out of the key and reset and try and run that play. And with the timeouts at the end of the quarter, USA has used 2 timeouts. They don't have that opportunity at the end of this time,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And some of that's old habit, because managing the clock the way that they're doing it is really the old way, right? Before, the way they do the timeouts right now, that was much more important. You're seeing teams here score with 30 seconds left when they've got plenty of time they could be wasting, and score that last try right away. And I think that's just about the psychology of those last second goals, the timeouts, and then how many the other team has left compared to how many you have. We can't see the timeouts, unfortunately. The board's not in our room.
But yeah, and scoring with too little space when you attack the key is difficult too. And sometimes teams are able to create turnovers, dropping back in the key. So,
and this is huge for Australia.
Yeah.
That's tied up. And if nothing changes, they will get the ball coming out in the third. Of course, that could change if there's a jump ball or a held ball. Pabon smartly gets it back to Aoki. Cross half, 1:14 left. He wants to score, I think, in his mind in like 15 seconds from now. Takes a look back at the clock on the scoreboard. He knows he's got Graham around the corner at that point. He baited her into the middle and went around the outside. With 55.9 remaining, which is, that's USA's number, 55 seconds, 54 seconds. Bat heaves it up. Pabon trying to get there before Graham. He hits her as she tries to catch it. Is that a penalty, though? Or is it a turnover?
I think it's a penalty. Watching the US bench reactions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a spin.
It's a spin. Yeah. It's a full contact sport, but you're not allowed to hit your opponent behind of the axle, sorry.
It's about danger and safety, right?
Yes.
I mean, when you get spinning around, you're going fast, somebody hits you behind the axle and you start spinning, you don't know where up is. And when your head hits the ground, if it's coming hard, you're not going to necessarily be able to play anymore, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen people get concussions. I've seen people get open wounds from hitting the front of a chair. So we don't want anybody to get hurt out here, so we don't let you hit behind the axle like that. So now Australia with the ball in a man advantage. They will try and score the last one. They really want a penalty try so that the fourth player doesn't come out of the box. Pabon serves his time. Bond with 5 seconds left gets pushed over by Aoki. 2.9 remaining. USA does not have a timeout. Or do they?
They do.
They do. That other one must have been called by Australia because USA had already used 2. So we have a minute break here. Substitutions coming for Australia. They're going to want to put in the right defensive people to block that pass. I know the USA has multiple people who can throw that pass.
And catch that pass.
And catch that pass, but it's about that position.
Yeah.
And we talked about this in another game where in the first half, the team that is defending has an advantage because they keep you on the bench until 10 seconds before that timeout ends, and you can get to that spot faster. But in the second half, you're closer to the try line that you are attacking, so the offense has an advantage. Simons throwing it the long. I don't know why they didn't advance. Penalty on Bat. He ended up in Aoki's lap with 0.7 seconds left.
Yeah.
So now...
And the ball is placed where the foul occurred, so it's almost center line.
So Simons in the right place. Aoki now going to try and be a threat so that Vernon can't get in front. And they actually jockeyed to move closer so Adam could try and hit Simons. It's up high, couldn't get there. It's Edmondson who knocks that one away. And that is the end of the quarter. Tied up at 26-26.
And Australia will start short-handed third quarter.
We will have a 10-minute break for halftime, and we'll come back for what will be an exciting finish in this match between the United States and Australia.
Ei, você sabe que dia é hoje? Hoje é dia!
Aposte nas loterias Caixa! Nas lotéricas no app Loterias Caixa ou no site. É chance todo dia!
Aposte com responsa.
Com a Caixa, toda hora é hora para comprar ou reformar a sua casa.
Para mim é hora de combinar com as taxas mais competitivas do mercado.
Pra gente, é hora certa para ter mais um quartinho.
É hora de reformar, pra ele ganhar mais espaço.
Hora de me mudar para um canto só meu. Com até 35 anos para pagar.
Conte com a Caixa para comprar, reformar ou ampliar sua casa. Acesse caixa.gov.br/habitação e faça uma simulação. Na Caixa, a casa é sua.
Para, amigos imparáveis!
Ah, essas pestes imparáveis não têm mais nada pra fazer.
Lança de torta de chantilly!
Mais o quê?
Ufa, ter a maior piscina do mundo só pra mim. Espera, que isso?
Agora ninguém mais vai roubar a água da cidade.
Quem vai me desafiar?
Os Paramigos!
Tava demorando.
Parece que seu plano virou um croissant mal assado.
Para amigos imparáveis.
Beyond the game is real emotion. We help to nurture that spark. From grassroots to global stages, we support those shaping the game to keep sport a part of life. Feel the emotion.
Ei, você sabe que dia é hoje? Hoje é dia!
Nas Loterias Caixa, nas lotéricas no app Loterias Caixa ou no site, é chance todo dia.
Aposte com responsa.
Com a Caixa, toda hora é hora para comprar ou reformar a sua casa.
Para mim é hora de combinar com as taxas mais competitivas do mercado.
Pra gente, é hora certa para ter mais um quartinho.
É hora de reformar, pra ele ganhar mais espaço.
Hora de me mudar para um canto só meu. Com até 35 anos para pagar.
Conte com a Caixa para comprar, reformar ou ampliar sua casa. Acesse caixa.gov.br/habitação e faça uma simulação. Na Caixa, a casa é sua.
Amigos imparáveis!
Ah, essas pestes imparáveis não têm mais nada pra fazer?
Lanche de torta de chantilly!
Mas o quê?
Ufa, ter a maior piscina do mundo só pra mim. Espera, que isso?
Agora ninguém mais vai roubar a água da cidade.
Quem vai me desafiar?
Os Paramigos!
Tava demorando.
Parece que seu plano virou um croissant mal alçado.
Para amigos imparáveis.
Beyond the game is real emotion. We help to nurture that spark. From grassroots to global stages, we support those shaping the game to keep sport a part of life. Feel the emotion.
Welcome back. We're about to start the second half. This game is tied up, Australia and U.S. 26-26. Now, Riley Batt is in the penalty box. And Ella Sabliak will inbound. He's going to have trouble getting the ball in because Bond is triple teamed against the line. He throws it in off Clayton Brackett, a really smart play. And the ball goes off her chair, and that'll be a turnover for USA. So I'm joined here by Cliff Chun, who is being inducted into the Hall of Fame. He was actually voted in a couple of years ago, but this is an opportunity where you get to be actually inducted in front of everybody. I'm really excited about it. Welcome, Cliff.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Very excited.
Cliff, when did you start playing? How old were you when you started playing?
I was 14 when I started playing in a local team in Tennessee. And a local team in Tennessee. And so basically we I started when I was 14, and then played locally for a long time, got invited to the national tryouts for 96, and then kind of went from there. And so Terry Vayner took a chance on me and was able to play and kind of took my game to the next level.
It must be awesome to represent your country in matches like these at a World Championship or a Paralympics.
It is. It's a great honor. It's a great honor. You're playing for a lot more than yourself.
Do you have big memories of games, or do you have more memories of just the experience of being there with your teammates?
Oh, both. You know, you remember everything. You remember the training camps. You remember first getting selected, and even just getting invited, just to participate at the invitation to try out.
Aoki did a great job fighting through there.
Really did. So strong. And then you just remember all the times your team, the training, camaraderie, competing against each other, against the best players in the world. It's an amazing experience.
Batt crosses the line, ties it back up. All right, I hear you're here with your family. Have you been able to get around São Paulo a little bit?
A little bit. We got in late last night, and so we're kind of getting acclimated a little bit. But yes, my wife, 2 sons are here with me, and I really appreciate them coming. And
that's awesome.
It's been great so far.
Brackett against the line. He's in trouble. Needs to get it out. Knocked down. Sabliak got a piece of it, and Batt picks it up. Australia will go ahead. That's a big, big move for Australia. Aoki bringing it up behind Fredette. O'Neal trying to get in the play. Brackett going to give it back to Aoki. If he gets the opportunity, Batt is going to pester him. Now he's at the line and he's in trouble. Goes out of bounds.
Good turn.
Great play there by Batt. So U.S. will make some substitutions on that out of bounds play, and they'll go back with their starting line. Pabon, Adam, Aoki. They're looking for an inbounder. It's Australia ball, so they can put that down on the floor if they want to. Sabliak gets it into Batt. So the U.S. key is they run it as a 2-in, 2-out. Did you run that kind of defense, or do you tend to run 3-in-1?
A little bit. Mostly it was 3-in-1. So we'd have either one of our low pointers out top kind of chasing, or sometimes we put a mid-pointer that was quick, like me or Bobby Tejano, something like that, out front to kind of disrupt. We didn't do a lot of 2-2 like this, though. This is different.
You feel like the game's changed a lot since you played?
You know, the rules have changed. The biggest difference is shot clock. And, you know, pretty much the rules are the same. Strategy's the same from what I've seen. Just personnel. You know, you have different classifications right now. And
wow.
So that's a great catch.
Right? And just that the pass even got to him.
Yes. Yes, it was a great snag to stay off balance like that.
Simons back to Brackett, and Pabon. Aoki on the sidelines.
Oh.
And Simons bobbles the pass. I don't think he expected it. It came quick So that's another turnover. Yeah, he didn't see it coming.
That's tough.
Brackett's frustrated he made that. So now Australia with the first chance to get up by 2. And unfortunately, we can't see the whole court. I really like talking about the things that are going on away from the ball, because so much of rugby is between the whistles and away from the ball.
Most games are won in between the whistles, there's no doubt. Everyone's fighting for position all the time.
USA defense got a little aggressive there, and Bond just ducked underneath it. We play that key defense in the United States as aggressively as possible, trying to disrupt the offense. At least that's what Chuck is teaching me as my coach at U of M. I've been playing for a long time, but there's always more to learn, especially when you got a player like Chuck Aoki on your team. Who was your mentor when you started out? Who was teaching you?
A lot of the local guys I played with in Tennessee. A guy named Lee Moore. He was very, very fiery, very intense. Played as hard as he could. Wayne Romero, he was a great player. And we spent a lot of time together training. And Eddie Crouch, we
Eddie still plays, you know that, right?
I do know that, yes.
He plays very well, by the way.
He does. No, he's always been a great player. Very smart, very intuitive. Just growing up with those guys, I was lucky to have like a lot of types of mentors that I had at Tennessee. It was just incredible. And then once I got to Lakeshore, we were able to take that experience and build on that there.
So Brackett will bring it up. Needs to get it out of his hands because he's met at the line. Simons is there waiting for it. Pabon will take it across by himself. So USA's keeping it close. Australia hanging on to that lead. Looks like there's a timeout. I can't see who called it because we're only seeing what you see. Maybe it's just substitutions. USA dropped into the key, so no timeout. Bond on the attack. Gets around Simon, scores a try. It's a little awkward to hear that the whistle and know that the try scored, but he hasn't scored it yet. But it's only like a second and a half. So we hear the whistle before he crosses the line, but he's right at the line. You know it's going to happen. Pass to Pabon, catches it just before that line. The pass was a little bit close to the edge there.
Close. I really like how they spread the court there.
Well, and that's really crucial, especially with the speed of guys like Bat and Bond.
Absolutely.
Edmondson in the middle. Shea Graham, number 12 on the left, opens up the corner for Bond.
That's part of the strategy that's still very, very crucial as part of the game. Holding those corners, forcing everything to the inside.
Got it. Oh, the pass to Simons hits the wheel of Bond, but Bond touched it last, so that will be USA ball. Fortunate bounce for the Americans. I'm wondering about the when we're going to see Aoki come back. This line has done okay, but they've had a couple of turnovers or near turnovers. Although Australia also without Bat and Bond on the court. So this is the time to rest him. As easy as I tried to make this software, it's always looking at things other than the game. Bond tried to get through, got fouled. They'll call that a penalty try. Simon's ahead to Brackett. Brackett's got Pabon in front of him, who takes Bond out of the play. Make sure that Brackett gets the easy try. Bond, you see there, double teamed, but Edmondson will take it in, get it across. Put that wire up on his shoulder. Edmondson. So it's got to be exciting for you to be here and have the opportunity to see USA in person and finally get recognized. Like, you had a great career. I heard about you so many times. Actually, there's a player on my team named Adam who is CMT, and they say that he is in the same mold as you.
Okay.
But he doesn't want to have to put in what it takes to play at this level.
Okay.
He enjoys his life as it is. But like Gumby's always saying, "Oh, you come play with us." He was always saying it. You got to do it. I know you want to do it. Come represent your country.
That's right. No,
he is a beast on defense. A beast.
Great.
It's great to have him at practice.
Yeah.
Right. He makes me better because he makes my life miserable.
That's the quickest way in the courts. What seems like in this sport like this or basketball, it's the quickest way in the courts. Great play, great defense.
Yes. Absolutely. I think it. We were just talking about that in the first half, that if your defense is working, it props up your offense. But if your offense is working and not your defense,
absolutely,
it's so frustrating that it can hurt your offense too.
Absolutely.
Who doesn't love stepping in front of a pass and pulling it out of the air, or knocking a guy across the line who is a sure score?
That's right. Just timing up the hit right, just to knock off the pass.
It seems to be more fun wrecking someone else's day.
It does.
O'Neal takes a hit as he catches the pass. Bat is all over him. Oh, and they give him the jump. So Australia up 2. The possession arrow will change. O'Neal, there's contact there. You would think that would be...
It looked like a foul.
Right, you cannot touch the guy inside that cylinder. You're not really supposed to touch the player at all.
Yeah.
Although they do let incidental contact go when you're up in the air with the ball trying to throw it. But USA keeps the ball, but they lose the possession arrow. Baker tries to open up the corner. I'm sorry, Baker. O'Neal. Baker does that too. They both do it very well. I saw the 1, but not the 5. Josh O'Neal across the line for USA makes it 35-34. Still lots of rugby to play. 2 minutes and 22 seconds left in the third.
And honestly, this might be a great strategy given Chuck such a great rest right now. This is still a long tournament, still a lot of game left to play today.
Yeah, this line has done exactly what it's supposed to do.
It's so close.
Stay in the game.
Yes.
Don't let it get out of hand. Maybe pick one up.
Balancing the lineup at this point in the tournament is so crucial. Stay fresh later on.
And you see that, Bat and Bond are both in there together now, so it's serious. This is very important. Teams have a lot invested here. Countries have a lot invested here. Money, time, the pressure to win, you know as well as anybody, is incredible.
It is.
Does it ever take the fun out of playing?
It's a different type of fun. The fun comes from competing against the best in the world, representing the country. It's just a different, that fun in a different way. So it's definitely fun. It's definitely more intense. It's definitely, stressful, incredibly stressful. But the fun comes with the winning. It comes with,
of course,
just this experience.
Australia makes it 2, 37-35. USA really needs the last try in this one because Australia will start with the ball again.
Both teams playing pretty clean right now. No one's really made mistakes. Just kind of everyone's staying on par.
Trying to make sure it doesn't fall. All that pressure is what's making it come out. Being yanked.
That's perfect.
Oh, who's Puderbaugh fighting with Bat? They're going to give the foul to Bat.
Great.
He is not happy about that, but USA will take it. Because now Australia will be shorthanded.
Great opportunity here.
Bat kind of came down with the hammer on him there.
He did. Definitely had some contact.
So USA with the man advantage running power play.
Great opportunities here to get a score real quick and then even keep Bat out. Get a turnover.
Well, with this 1 minute 13, they're probably clock managing at the same time.
Sure are.
Simon's in the corner. Puderbaugh sees him. Will he throw it? He does. And he will watch that clock roll down. He wants to get as close to 50 or 55 as he can. He's at 101. That's good. Teams have, I think both teams still have 3 timeouts, but you don't want to use them all up in the third quarter because you're going to want them in the fourth, most likely. Bond gets around the corner of Neal. Puderbaugh tries to get in front of Bat. Can't do it. 38-36. 48 seconds remaining. USA chooses not to use a timeout, which makes sense to me. There's plenty of time. Plus, they want to get another possession if they can, so they're going to want to score this. Ball knocked down. No. Ball's loose. Puderbaugh's at the line. He's over and back. He got hit as he was sitting on top of it. Anytime you get hit while you're on top of that line, they're going to assume that there is backward progress and call you over and back.
That's tough.
Simons made a good effort to try and save it, but
his wheel just went over.
So Australia will get the ball back, and we will see Aoki come back in with 24.4 seconds left. Aoki, Fredette, Pabon. Can't see the fourth player, but I know it's not Adam. I thought it would be Adam. O'Neal going with the picker. Bat trying to waste some time. 7 seconds left. Plenty of time for USA. They don't even have to advance to half, theoretically. But why have the added pressure of I have to get across half in 12 seconds when I can just get it up there and set my play up and attack?
Absolutely.
So have you seen much of this where with the new timeout rule where you only have 3 timeouts and they're all only dead ball timeouts?
This is a new concept, so still getting acclimated to this.
It makes for a lot of back and forth at the end. And there's so much strategy around, do you just inbound and attack, or do you drop it inside and try and kill time while you're sitting inside the key? You know, different coaches have different styles, different situations, right? It's going to depend on who your defense is. And it also depends in this situation because they force you to take the time out. You have to wait 50 seconds before you can go back on the court. And like we were saying, in the second half, you're going to the one right in front of you on an offense. So you've got an advantage over the defense because you can get there first and get your position.
Gotcha.
So that's what USA is trying to do. Simon's in the key. Although they got plenty of time, they're not going to try and drop it in there. Adams going to inbound it. Mason Simon's in the key. He knows he doesn't have to worry about 8 seconds because there's not 8 seconds. And Bat punched him out across the line. You can see the frustration on Aoki's face. 3 seconds left. Australia will take it. They're up by 3. After being down as much as 2 early on. We're setting up quite a fourth quarter, though.
Be a great finish. Get a great finish.
Anything you want to say to our USA fans out there before you take off? I know that you got to go back and see your family here for the fourth quarter, but
it's just been amazing. You know, I've thought about this game every day since I retired. had shoulder injuries and unfortunate retirement and go to the next stage of my life. And it's just so great to be back and be all this again. And I miss everybody. So it's just really good, really special.
It's great to have you here. It was really nice to interview somebody who is so good at the game and is so well talked about, not just as a player, but as a teammate and as a person.
Thank you.
So thank you, Cliff Chun. I really appreciate having you here.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much for having me.
And as you see, third quarter ends 39-36, Australia on top. We're going to take a 3-minute break, and we'll come back for the finale of this very exciting game.
A Caixa, toda hora é hora para comprar ou reformar a sua casa.
Para mim é hora de combinar com as taxas mais competitivas do mercado.
Pra gente, é hora certa para ter mais um quartinho.
É hora de reformar, pra ele ganhar mais espaço.
Hora de me mudar para um canto só meu. Com até 35 anos para pagar.
Conte com a Caixa para comprar, reformar ou ampliar sua casa. Acesse caixa.gov.br/habitação e faça uma simulação. Na Caixa, a casa é sua.
Yeah! Amigos imparáveis!
Ah, essas pestes imparáveis não têm mais nada para fazer.
Lanche de torta de chantilly!
Mais o quê?
Ufa, ter a maior piscina do mundo só pra mim. Espera, que isso? Não!
Agora ninguém mais vai roubar a água da cidade.
Quem vai me desafiar?
Os Paramigos!
Tava demorando.
Parece que seu plano virou um croissant mal alçado.
Paramigos imparáveis.
Beyond the game is real emotion. We help to nurture that spark. From grassroots to global stages, we support those shaping the game to keep sport a part of life. Feel the emotion.
Welcome back to São Paulo. We are at the fourth quarter of the Australia-USA game. This has huge consequences. We're here at the World Championship of Wheelchair Rugby. 39-36 our score, and Australia has the ball to start the quarter. Bat busts through, and Aoki not on the floor. Puderbaugh in there with Fredette, O'Neill, and Brackett. Brackett gets the ball back. He was not expecting it because Bat pops it out and scores another try and makes it a 5-try difference.
It's a tough matchup, not having your best ball handler against their best defender.
I'm starting to wonder if maybe they didn't decide to rest Aoki for the crossovers.
Maybe.
They've got another game today, and then if they're going to be the 2 seed, they're going to end up playing the 3 seed, so it's going to be a tougher game than if they were the 1 playing the 4.
Yes.
Foul on, is that Edmondson? Yep,
Yeah.
14.
Of course, not decided yet, but it should be now U.S., Great Britain tomorrow.
Oh, I think we're far from really even knowing, right?
Yeah.
But that's certainly a likely potential matchup. Yes. Obviously, it depends on what happens with Great Britain and France. It depends on what happens between these two teams, what happens between their opponents later. I don't know. Is Denmark out of the mix at this point? Have they lost too many games? There's the Netherlands. Isn't the Netherlands up like with number 3?
But they are a different pool.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but
that's why I forgot to include them in the equation.
Yeah. But now Canada beat Netherlands, so Group 8, it's wild right now.
Bat up ahead to Blackwood, number 25. And Cooper Blackwood will get the try for Australia. Up across half, Puderbaugh gets in the dribble. You have to dribble or pass within 8 seconds. They tried to ride O'Neill out of bounds, both Blackwood and Bat. They beat him up, but he was able to hang on. That was a great play by him. I'm so glad we got to replay that, too. You see him hanging on to his wheels, trying not to go over that line. Puderbaugh scored quickly enough. Australia answers back, though. USA needs to start making something happen if they're going to get back into this. Puderbaugh trapped in the corner by Bat. Edmondson intercepts the pass, and Bat will get the try off his defensive play.
At the same time, it's good minutes for Puderbaugh, so he needs to lead this American offense.
USA did really well in the first half, but Australia just has been grinding them down. O'Neill looking there. He was a pass option until he saw it wasn't coming to him, and then he went in and set the pick. So he's thinking offensively and defensively at the same time. Where do I transition to that during the same play?
Yeah, it's
really
almost
smart.
a chess match. You need to think 1 or 2 plays ahead. It's tough.
Australia scores again, 45-39. Burdett takes the give and go, gets hit from behind. Edmondson knocks it down, but it'll be off him. So the advantage there for Australia is that now instead of working the baseline, USA will have to inbound from the corner.
It's the most difficult place to inbound the ball. Too little space, a lot of pressure.
Right, you only have one direction you can throw it. Well, 2 instead of 3 or 4. Brackett takes the inbound. Fredette is taken out of the play by Bo Vernon. 5 for Australia. And Pabon, who's spun. He'll pick him up off the ground. Like that was number 20, Holloway. Can't see him because he's in the penalty box. Number 6, Ozan, out there. Bond and McQuillan. You saw the USA player disappear. He's going to protect the penalty box. Try and keep the Australian player from getting onto the floor. Brackett will score the try. That was interesting. Pabon gave it to Brackett because he wanted to go and set up on defense.
Yes.
He was thinking about the next play, right?
Yes.
Instead of scoring and then having to try and come back and pin Ozan. So Simon's back on the floor. Bond scores it.
Sometimes a good opportunity when you are on the power play, try to set up better your defense and score and cause a turnover in the next play. Sometimes works.
Brackett gets up. Bond hits him, but the pick set there by Simons to make sure he could get through. Hit in front by Fredette. Hit from behind by Pabon, almost flips him over. But he didn't go over, so they're not going to call that a spin. Holloway, number 20. Did he get fouled? Oh, it's at equipment. Bond with the equipment issue. The bump pass gets to its destination, Holloway. That was his intention. Holloway gets around the corner. Holloway getting in some good minutes already. He played a good game in the last game we watched with him, too. I think he won man of the match for that one, right? A player of the match? Holloway?
Yes.
Number 20?
Yes.
We should know. We get a vote. But doesn't always go our way. Bond fouls Brackett as he crosses the line. But no matter, it's still a scored try. He does not go to the penalty box. There's no penalty for fouling someone as they cross the line unless it's a dangerous foul. It could be a technical or a flagrant, which will make you sit in the penalty box for 3 penalties. Bond kind of drops it. Now Australia will set up to attack the key of the United States. 47-42 our score. Halfway through the final quarter of this very important match. Again, both teams undefeated so far. Bond finds the corner, and Brackett unable to stop him. Simon's yelling, hey, I need help. Gets it to Fredette. Fredette gives it back. Brackett's up top, but Bond stays with him because he's got Holloway coming. And Simons somehow got that pass to Pabon. Nice job there by Mason Simons.
Slow him down, draw defense, waited for the open option. Good job.
So Bond will take his time. He knows the clock is on their side. 3.5 minutes remaining. Bond with the try makes it 49-43. USA making the clear decision at this point to live to fight another day. They could easily play against Australia in the final if they can get there.
Yeah.
Obviously, they got to go through Japan at some point.
Yes. At semifinal for the second seed.
So they probably wouldn't play them tomorrow.
Japan should finish first in another pool.
Most likely.
Yeah.
France is undefeated? No, France lost to them, right?
Yes, Japan just beat France.
So as long as Japan doesn't lose another game. Right, we saw that game.
Yeah.
We called that game. Ella Savelyak with the inbound to Bond. Bond breaks through. Ball put down on the ground because nobody was coming to inbound it. Up to Simons. He's got a nice long reach. Easy for Fredette to get it to him. Now Brackett will try and get up court. Cross half, gets in his dribble. Hit by Edmondson. Back to Brackett. Pabon in and out of the key. Goes up to Simons, who's there at the corner, and passes it over to Pabon. A lot of ball movement there. Very effective. You keep moving that ball around.
Yeah.
It forces the defense to constantly chase the ball.
He'll find a spot somewhere.
But as we've seen, Australia has depth. They are rotating lines. They're keeping people fresh. They also have to think about what comes next, what teams they have to play, how they get into that championship game. Both of these teams, all of these teams want to win a gold medal.
Yeah.
But both of these teams feel like it's right in front of them. They just have to go and get it.
Yeah. If it stays like that, maybe tomorrow could be Australia-Denmark.
Possible. I'll be interested to see how the tie breaks all face out, if there are any.
It's hard to start predicting those crossover games tomorrow, but
still a lot of rugby left to play before we even get to that point. I mean, we've got 3 more games on this court. They've got 3 more games on the other court. Edmondson will drive the offense. Nicholson in there for the first time for Australia. Try scored by Riley Batt. Poudre behind Hudspeth, can't get out. Nicholson's got a chunk of him. Nicholson's picker is so sticky. Poudre spins around, has to get rid of it, gets to O'Neill, who taps it to Hudspeth, and Hudspeth spinning around, but somehow ends up in O'Neill's lap. And a jump ball as Batt gets his hand on it while it's outside the cylinder.
Sometimes it's a good strategy having 2 points with a defensive chair, so he can do better on pick and hold more high pointers.
For those of you who aren't familiar, that the low pointers, the people with less function, tend to have those little, I call them a cow catcher, kind of in the front of the chair that can eat up the chair of a offensive player. And us offensive players, we've got kind of a shield, right? We got that battering ram in the front so we can bust through.
It's related to their functions. So offensive players will likely have more actions with the ball, like passing and carrying.
And it's really about your role on the court.
Yes.
Right? I mean, sometimes you'll see a 4-deuce lineup, 2-2-2-2. Some of those guys will have defensive chairs because somebody's got to play defense, right? There are some guys that if you don't have a picker on a chair, you can't stop them.
Yeah.
So you got a picker on one chair and not a picker on the other, and you just try and sandwich that guy and keep him out of the play.
We saw a lot in the U.S. team with Ernie Chan and Will Grew, who played in the defensive chair.
Will Grew, right? Super fast. And that was, I believe, 12 seconds. They were unable to cross half. So Australia's depth, key to what happened here, but Riley Batt has been phenomenal in this game. He's created turnovers, he's scoring tries, he's causing penalties.
As usual.
And he's definitely being Riley Batt. He's been playing great. O'Neill's got the ball. He has no place to go with it except Hudspeth. Tries to bounce pass. It can't. Vernon heard Batt behind him and decided not to reach up for it, which was the right call. Much rather have Batt with it in his hands, who passes it to Edmondson. And with 28 seconds, he'll pass it back out to Batt. Shot clock down to 22, just above what the game clock looks like. So Australia's going to try and wind it down as much as they possibly can. Australia will win this one. USA will take their first loss. But they also have another game to play. Those of you who are watching in the United States, USA
Brazil
has Brazil at the end of the day. That one's going to be loud. The Brazilian fans are here. They have drums and horns and lots of people. Super fun to be in that atmosphere. Hope you come out and join the commentators for that one. We will be on the other court with France and Great Britain, which should be a great game. Obviously, we got 4 seconds left here as Australia sits on the bench. USA going to try and score one last try before we close this one down.
Yeah.
We're talking about man of the match, or I'm sorry, old habit from able-bodied rugby. The player of the match will be awarded at the end of the game.
We'll see Japa over there, ready to hand it out to whoever wins it.
I think the decision has been made. We're just waiting to hear if our votes were included in the votes that were the ones that got the right answer. So O'Neill and Puderbaugh head down. Blackwood now alone with O'Neill. Oh, and it's Australia inbound. Blackwood's got it as he scores with 1.7 remaining. Will USA call a timeout? They will not. And with that inbound, that will be the final 54-44. USA defeated by Australia. It was so incredible early on. The game was really tight, and then it just got away from the USA. Australia, it's the same colors.
Yes.
Grind, and they just created turnovers, and that got them the victory. So as we always do in rugby, handshakes after the game. The teams will get together afterward, do a little cheer or talk to each other for a short period of time.
I'm pretty sure there are Australian fans on the stands as we hear their typical bells sounding when they score.
Yes. Cowbells?
Yes.
Yes, cowbells are a familiar sound at these tournaments. So USA disappointed in the outcome, but will live to fight another day. There's a lot of rugby left to play. Yeah. There's a lot of opportunity left. They absolutely could play in the gold medal match. They got some games to win, and so does Australia.
Yeah. But they had a good start. First quarter from US were amazing.
For those of you that will be with us on YouTube, we have another game coming up at 3 o'clock. It'll be Denmark versus Germany. That's a big game for both those teams. I think it'll be a good game. Looking forward to it.
Both teams are battling for a spot in the quarterfinals phase.
Not all teams make the quarterfinals, right? Top 4. Each bracket we have 2 pools of 6. The bottom 4 will play in their consolation rounds, but the top 4, or the top 8, will play in crossovers, then a semifinal, and then eventually we'll have our placement day with gold, bronze, 5th, 7th on Sunday. And all the games on Sunday will be on court 1, which is the other court, the one that we can actually see the court directly, like through. But they're bringing a monitor here so we can see it on this side, which I'm really excited about. Thank you. The organizing crew has been great here. The host has been amazing. It's really been a great tournament, and they've
here with
us
the player
well.
of the match, Riley Bett. Congratulations. After falling behind early in the game, you guys had great patience to fight back. So tell me the key to this win.
Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed with our start. I was a bit foggy in the head, to be honest, starting off. Wasn't feeling right and just didn't have it all happening. So a little bit of a scare there. I'm hoping from now on we can start a lot better, but America is strong. They are a strong team. They are very balanced. We knew we had to weather the storm. We knew Chuck would gas. And look, we came back, we fought hard, and we've got Netherlands this afternoon. So looking forward to that tussle against them.
Ele acabou de falar que eles começaram muito mal e ele começou meio distraído, até um pouco assustado, mas que ele conseguiram se concentrar, reagrupar e conseguiram lutar bem para recuperar o placar. E também falou que os Estados Unidos é um time muito, muito forte. E essa vitória foi muito importante para eles. Resumindo, foi isso. Ele falou bastante coisa, mas eu devolvo para vocês aí de volta. Back to you, Aranha and Dave. Thank you.
All right, that's the man of the match, the player of the match. Luis Pena and Dave Mengen here, signing off. We'll see you later. Hope you come back, see some more rugby.
Thanks for watching. Thanks all the fans on YouTube chat. See you in this afternoon.
Com a Caixa, toda hora é hora para comprar ou reformar a sua casa.
Para mim é hora de combinar com as taxas mais competitivas do mercado.
Pra gente, é hora certa para ter mais um quartinho.
É hora de reformar, pra ele ganhar mais espaço.
Hora de me mudar para um canto só meu. Com até 35 anos para pagar.
Conte com a Caixa para comprar, reformar ou ampliar sua casa. Acesse caixa.gov.br/habitação e faça uma simulação. Na Caixa, a casa é sua.
Yeah! Amigos imparáveis!
Ah, essas pestes imparáveis não tem mais nada para fazer.
Lanche de torta de chantilly!
Mais o quê?
Ufa, ter a maior piscina do mundo só pra mim. Espera, que isso? Não!
Agora ninguém mais vai roubar a água da cidade.
Quem vai me desafiar?
Os Paramigos!
Tava demorando.
Parece que seu plano virou um croissant mal alçado.
Para amigos imparáveis.
Beyond the game is real emotion. We help to nurture that spark. From grassroots to global stages, we support those shaping the game to keep sport a part of life. Feel the emotion.